Today, I'd like to talk about the final album of my backdated collection, Learning to Say No, and to zoom in on the harmony of the title track. The chord progression comes straight out of my love for Baroque music, and you'll find similar sounds in the music of Purcell, Vivaldi, Bach, and so on, and it's based on a mostly descending stepwise bass line. The opening harmony is a one chord in the key of B flat minor. The B flat on the bass is prolonged for the next two chord changes, a tonic pedal. First as the bass of a 4-6-4, E flat minor in second inversion, and then with a C added in the upper voices to create a kind of E flat minor 6 over B flat. Then all these upper notes, C, E flat and G flat, are sustained as the bass drops down to an A natural, the raised seventh of the scale. This combination of notes could be labelled 7 diminished 7, but for me it functions more as a 5-7 chord, with the G flat replacing the F for colour. On the last two beats of bar 3, the G flat drops to F, which gives us a 5-7 in first inversion. The tendency of this chord is to resolve back to the 1 chord, but in typical Baroque fashion, instead of rising back up to the tonic chord, the A natural falls chromatically to A flat, and the upper voices move to a B flat major sound, producing a B flat over A flat chord, or a tonic 1 flat 7D, a dominant 7th chord in third inversion. Although this is a staple of the Baroque sound world, you'll also find it in songs like Radiohead's Knives Out. This upper B flat major triad is prolonged as the bass moves down a step to G flat, creating a very dissonant chord on the word easier. The two dissonances above the G flat in the bass, the major 7, F, and the augmented 5th, D, both resolve to E flats and produce a 6-3 first inversion chord, a typical harmonization over the 6th scale degree in the bass. This chord then moves to an F7 dominant chord, which passes through an F augmented and then to an E flat minor 6 chord at the end of the bar, a 6-3 on the 4th degree. Finally, the bass hits D flat, the 3rd degree, where it's harmonized as a B flat minor over D flat chord. Then the bass moves back upwards to E flat, but instead of the E flat minor 6, I use an E flat 6 with a G natural, creating a 6-5 with a major 3rd over the subdominant, a typical Purcellian sound in the minor key. This moves to a 6-3 chord over E natural in the bass, the raised 4th degree, and then finally to a 5, 1-6-4, 5 sus 4, 5 cadential progression. The whole pattern then repeats. Check out the entire song by following the link in the description, and follow me for more of this kind of stuff.
Learning to let go of the childhood people